All right. First and foremost, let me get this going. Sound like I'm good. It sound good. It sound good over here, man. I'm gonna probably switch this up, but first and foremost, I want to say call Yahweh by Shem Yahshai, man. What I just said is all praises to the Father in the name of the Son. I also want to say Yahweh by Shem Yahshai Barakatah. Satan come immediately once the word start coming out. Get off my phone, Jasper. You about to get blocked. I don't need no opportunities or nothing like that, man. Right, Salakia. Delete and report junk. Right. What I'm gonna do is get into this Revelation 12. It's not really a Revelation 12 breakdown, but it is going into parts of Revelation 12. What we really going into is this a woman clothed with the sun. What the Christian church will teach is let me show you what I highlighted here. Right. So what the Christian church will teach is that this is talking about Yahweh Shai and all this over here, the crown of 12 stars, man. That's talking about the Christian church, man. We're gonna go into this, man. We're gonna deal with it, and then we're gonna chop it up and get it out of here. I'm also gonna go into this verse 6 right here, man. So it's kind of like a Revelation 12 breakdown, but I'm not going all the way down to this, man. I'm only getting 1 and 6. So there should be a swift video, man. I'm planning on doing this swiftly, man, not taking too much time with this thing, man, but you never know. The Spirit gonna lead me where it lead me, man. So this Revelation 12 and 1, and there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and under her head a crown of 12 stars. Where do we see this at, man? Right? Where do we see this type of talk at, man? That would give me the belief that this ain't talking about the Christian church, right? Well, actually, let's go here, man. I think it's it can't be Isaiah 58. It's gotta be yeah, I gotta just it's 28, Isaiah 28. It's definitely Isaiah 28. Isaiah 28 and 9. It says, whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? So I don't usually get this precept, but this is how all Israel teach, man, and how all Israel be moving, man. This is how we know who has knowledge, man, right? Whom shall he teach knowledge? This is who you know who got knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine, right? Them that are weaned from the milk. The milk is the first principles, man. Right? That's what the milk is, right? Let me give y'all this, man. I'm showing you my ugly ass face, man, and I'm reading the scripture. That's a problem, man. Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast, right? For precept must be upon precept, right? Precept in the law sense is, or in a biblical sense, is the law, man. Precept in the modern sense is the law, but it's the laws of America, man. You have to have a precept positioning in a court in order for something to be seen or deemed as okay or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? Or have to have the same type of outcome as a previous case. You feel what I'm saying? There has to be a precedent, man, or a precept, precept, right? It has that same PERCE type beginning to it, which basically goes into preceding, precept, or something that comes aforetime. So it says, for precept must be upon precept, line, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little, right? So we go all over the Bible when we figuring out how we what these things like woman with the moon and the sun and under her head a crown of 12 stars. What does that mean, man? Right? So Genesis 37 and 9, it says, and he dreamed yet another dream. This is talking about Joseph in Egypt, right? But this is before he went into Egypt, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, this is before he went into Egypt. I knew it was, but I just had to confirm that, right? But he said, and he yet dreamed yet another dream and told it to his brethren and said, behold, I have dreamed a dream more, right? And he told it to his brethren. That should have been all the clue I needed, right? Behold, I have dreamed a dream more, and behold, the sun and the moon and the 11 stars. Joseph is the other star that is referenced in this Revelation 12, man. Joseph, or Ephraim and Manasseh, man. Those are the 12 tribes, man, or the 11 tribes X out Ephraim and Manasseh, right? Or the 10 tribes X out Ephraim and Manasseh. But this has got Dan there too. So that's about Dan too. And it says, and the sun and the moon, right? And the 11 stars made obeisance to me. And this is a future prophecy that came to pass already with them giving obeisance to Joseph, right? And Egypt, man. Right? That's exactly what it's going into, man. So what we seeing here, man, is that this ain't talking about just anybody or just a Christian church or what we would call now replacement theology, man. Replacement theology is not backed by the scripture, man. Replacement theology is a theory, man. Right? Or is let's get the definition of I can't even find replacement theology in the Bible, man. Let me see if I could just find a definition of replacement theology, man. Right, replacement theology or supersessionism. Right, let's get this pulled up here too, man. Right, supersessionism. Right, that's a good one. Right, so supersessionism. Let me go right here. I got a lot of tabs open, but it says that what the heck, Slovakia, or supersessionism is the Christian belief that the church has taken the place of Israel as God's chosen people, with all the original promises and blessings of God intended for Israel now transferred to the church. Well, what does the Bible say about this, man? It's gonna kind of be a replacement theology cut video, man, but we're not gonna try and go too deep into it, man. But why would they say that, man? If you know that Paul says this in Romans 9, which is the New Testament, man. Romans 9 and 4, it says, "Who are the Israelites?" Right? To whom pertaineth. This belongs to the Israelites, right? And before we go anywhere further than this, man, we seeing that the whatever the rest of this is, man, it pertains to the Israelites, right? So it says, "To whom pertaineth the adoption," right? Okay, so that's talking about grafted in and being readopted, man, right? And the glory, right? And the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of God and the promises, right? And then even Christ, man, for verse 3, "For I could wish myself were accursed from Christ, my for my brethren." So he was saying that he wished he could be killed on the cross. And any man who is accursed hangeth from a cross, man. That's what the curse is in Galatians, right? So Christ was accursed because he came hanging from the cross. And Paul wished that he could do the same thing that Christ did, which was die for his brethren, for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, man. And if we jump down to 5, whose are the fathers of whom as concerning the flesh, Christ came. Christ came in the flesh for the Israelites. This is not a complete statement here, man. It's not a period here, man. Right? This complete statement is, "Who is over all, God bless forever, so be it," or amen. Right? So this is a clear cut to this replacement theology when it says that it's take place of Israel as God's chosen people with all the original promises. Paul just said that the original promises pertain to the Israelites, man. The promises, Israelites. Right, so we can't use that this definition to say that it's true, man. Right, it's actually false, man. It's actually contrary to the scripture. Right, and it says, with all the original promises and blessings of God intended for Israel, right? For now transferred to the church. Where does this go, man? This view argues that after the Jewish people rejected Jesus as the Messiah, the Jewish people did not reject Yahushua, man. Right? Modern Jews or the modern Jewish people reject Christ, man. But the Jews in Israel at the time when Jesus walked the earth, not all Jews reject the Messiah, right? Only certain groups, man, like the ones that didn't accept his message. People was literally bringing beds to Christ with people ill on them, man. Blind men to Christ, man. Right? A woman desperately trying to touch the hem of his garment so they could be healed, man. right? What are we talking about with this replacement theory, man? Theology, man. I say theory because it's just a theory. Theology is the same thing, man. It's like a theory, man. Let's get this really quick, man. Theology is about about the Most High, because theos, right? And I know that, right? The study of the nature of God and religious belief, right? So this is their theology is false, man, because the theology here, man, this whole Romans 9 here, man, is about Israel, man. Because if we see here, man, they said, even us whom he hath called, not of the Jews only, but also of the Gentiles, right? As he saith also in Hosea, I got this yesterday, but I will call them my people, which were not my people, and her beloved, which was not beloved. This is talking about Israel. If you go into Hosea 1 and 10 or Hosea 2 and 23, they talk directly about this, man. And it's not talking about another nation, it's about Israel, right? And even if you come here, right, Isaiah also crieth concerning Israel, though the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved. Why would he keep on saying these stuff, man? Right? Last verse in Romans 9, as it is written, behold, I lay in Zion a stumbling block and a rock and a fence. And they would say this is about, oh, how Israel rejected Christ, man. Right? But that ain't what it's about, man. Right? And whosoever believeth on him shall not be ashamed, not going to stumble, man. They're going to stumble, man, but we not going to stumble, man. This is for Israel, Zion, man. Right? Paul was literally in this thing talking about Hosea, Isaiah, right? As it is written, right? But Israel, right? He's not talking about anybody else, man. This is not a replacement theory, man, theology, man. This is actually just the Most High and how he operates, man. Right? How he had it be used, man, and worded, man. This is just all the Most High in his doings, man. Right? So when it comes to replacement theology, it don't back up. It don't stand the test to the Bible, man. Right? The crown of the 12 stars is about Israel via Genesis 37:9, man. Right? So we're gonna jump down to verse 6, right? If you read this, man, I'm going to actually keep on going. This is Revelation 12 and 2. And she, being with child, cried, travailing in birth, and pain to be delivered. This talking about us here in America. Some people would say that this is about Yahweh Shai, right? But I do not believe that this is about Yahweh Shai, man. We want to be delivered, and Yahweh Shai is the deliverer. So why would Yahweh Shai be the child that's travailing in birth, or the child that's pain to be delivered? He don't need to be delivered. Yahweh Shai was already delivered, man. He is on the right hand side of the Most High. So this is about the child, right? We're gonna sigh and cry all the day long. It's about Israel, man. Right? Let me show you a verse really quick, man. Right? Hold on. I got a verse that I don't know what it's saying, how it's worded though. I think it's in. I really don't know, man. Okay, yes. Actually got to get this one first. Deuteronomy 26. Let's get this one first, man. Right? Because it's in Deuteronomy. What is that? The law, man. All right, so this is Deuteronomy 26, and let me see what I was just about to get 7, man. It says, and when we cried unto Yahweh, Yahweh Adonai of our fathers, right? The Lord Yahweh heard our voice and looked on our affliction and labor and our oppression, right? So, and the Lord brought us forth out of Egypt with a mighty hand and with an outstretched arm, with a terribleness and with signs and wonders, man. So when we cried to the Most High, man, He heard our voice, man. Right? Let me get another one, man. This is David, man. Right? If I'm not mistaken, right? This might be David. Right? So this is Psalm chapter 3, verse 4. It says, and I cried unto Yahweh with my voice, and he heard me out of his holy hill. So lie, man. I can't tell you what Psalms 3 is. It's a psalm of David. When he fled from Absalom, his son, right? So this is David basically crying out, man. He cried unto the Most High with his voice, and he heard him out of his holy hill. I laid me down and slept, awake, for Yahweh sustained me, man. The Most High gonna sustain you. And now going back to this, why did I type in 4, right? Isaiah 14, verse 3, and it shall come to pass that in the day that Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, crying, man. Sorrow is not anything other than, well, it's stuff other than sorrow. I mean, than crying. But that's what it usually goes into, man. Right? Maybe I could go into here. Let's see if I can pull this up real quick, man. Right? So, what's that? So, Isaiah 14, right? I make these videos longer, man, because I really didn't have all this. I had 1, 2, 3, 4 precepts, man, and now I just got 6 already. So it's just how the spirit flow, man. So I can't help it, right? I write stuff down, and the spirit keep me flowing, man. So sorrow, I shab or I tazab, right? I tazab, right? And that's that tazah right there. That's how I know it's I tazab, man. Pain, sorrow, idle, right? Idle, sorrow, wicked, right? Also pain, and idle. Let's go here and a Google real quick. Google search, sorrow definition, right? So, feeling of deep distress caused by loss, disappointment, or other misfortune suffered by oneself or others. So, that's literally talking about the children of Israel, right? We caused this on ourselves, man. I'm just trying to look at the words that are what is the similar, or what's the word, synonyms, man. These are synonyms here. So, it ain't actually crying in the word, man. But either way, man, heartache, when the things that come with it, man, grief, sadness, unhappiness, dejection, regret, depression, misery, despondency, cheerlessness, downheartedness, despair, desolation, wretchedness, I don't know that word, gloom, right? Heaviness of heart, dolefulness, melancholy, right? Low spirits, mournfulness, woe, brokenhearted, man, you crying, man. Heartache, grief, down, dolorous, right? Disconsol, I don't know that word. Disconsolation, dismalness, right? I don't even know what that means, man. Feel or display deep distress, man. A woman had cried all night, sorrowing over the death of her husband. That's the word used, man. Right? That ain't the example they use for that definition, but we gotta understand, man, that this sorrow, man, we're gonna be delivered from our sorrow. He's gonna give us rest from our sorrow and our fear, man, right? And from the hard bondage wherein I was made to serve, man. So going back to this Revelation 12 and 2, it says, and she being with child cried, travailing in birth and pain to be delivered. She's crying, man. These other nations ain't crying and begging to get out of America. And actually, our people are not begging to get out of America, too. It's the Israelites that beg to get out of America. We don't want to be here, man. Right? I wish. I'm actually trying to get out of the country by the end of next year, man. But with the whole thing, this whole Babylonian system, man, I can't even go to the country of my choice, man. Because the country of my choice, I have to be vaccinated, man. I gotta go into the B system and take the vaccinations, man, in order to go to the country I want to move to, man. Right? So I can't even go anywhere that I will please, man. It's a shame, man. Right? And I got, it's $100,000 that you need, man. I thought maybe this third world country wouldn't be asking for that type of stuff, man. But it takes 7 years to become a citizen there, man. This place is going to be burned up by the time I become a citizen in my original country that I came from, man. I ain't even from there, but I am from there, man. The seed of man came from there before, after it came from Israel. You feel what I'm saying, man? So it's just how it is, man. We paying to be delivered. We trying to get out of Babylon, man. We want to flee from Babylon, but we can't, man. Right? And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, Esau, right, having 7 heads and 10 horns. This talking about the European Union, man. Right, the 7 branches and the 10 horns, right? These are making up of different nations, man. Right, and then if I'm not mistaken, the 7 The seven heads is the continents, if I'm not mistaken. North America, South America. Um, Nah, I might be wrong. I might be entirely wrong, but I know that's about the European Union, right? Or NATO, and having seven crowns upon his head. These crowns, man, ain't just 12 stars, man. This is a different type of rulership than the ones with the crown of 12 stars, man. Right? Just talking about Christ, right? And then that's talking about the crown of 12 stars. That's talking about the children of Israel, right? And his child drew the third part of the stars of heaven and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered for to devour her child as soon as it was born. It's literally going into what we're facing right now, man. Right? Let me show that really quick. Right? So this is Jeremiah chapter 8, 30. It's 30 and 8. So this Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 8, it says, Alas, or verse 7, Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. We gotta go through this hell right now, which is Jacob's trouble, man. You see that Donald Trump, man, he put in the effect that ICE is still being funded, right? Even though it's a government shutdown, man. Right? ICE is still being funded, and I think I reposted this on Instagram. I wish it was a way I could. It's probably a way I could do it to get OBS to stream on this screen at the same time, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna have to learn that eventually, because I keep on having to show my screen with my phone like this. You feel what I'm saying? I hate that, man. But I reposted a video earlier. I was reposting crazy, so it should have been here, man. I thought I reposted it. Maybe I didn't. Let's try and get this. Oh, I didn't repost it. That's crazy. Maybe it's in my likes Slovakia. Right? I'm looking for a specific video. Right? But either way, man, we understand that it's about the this is about the children of Israel, man. Activity, maybe? I can't find it. Yeah, I don't want this, man. Your activity. Okay, hold on. Likes. I might be there. Give me 1 second, right? I'm just trying to look for this video that I liked earlier. That wasn't it necessarily, but I gotta be close. Cause all Instagram been showing me all day is these damn white folks talking about black people having problems, man. White is right. Do better, America. It's really starting to feel like this country and its motto should be white is right. A white man gets shot in the fucking neck and he's all over CNN. A black man gets hung from a tree and you barely see anything about it. Don't try to tell me racism isn't still alive. An African American police officer loses his life defending a federal building. Where's his fucking honor? Where's his medal? Where's his memorial? Why aren't you blasting him across all platforms and across the news stations like you've done for your white friend, Charlie Kirk? And don't tell me MAGA really cares about Charlie Kirk. I'm just playing this because Donald Trump didn't seem to give two shits about it. Amazing to me that y'all are willing to go to war with the black race over a white man killing a white man, but you're not willing to do a fucking thing about an African American being hung in this country. And that wasn't even a video, man. Right, that's just from today. Like, this is just all the videos I've been liking today. Alright, I really am going to lose followers for this one, but this time I really don't give a fuck. This is it. This does not feel like the America that I grew up loving. And before you lose your fucking mind, let me explain. On Monday, September 8th, the United States Supreme Court just gave full permission to ICE agents to be able to detain you for however long they see fit based on things solely like your fucking skin color until they are satisfied that you are here legally. Before I get a bunch of bootlickers in the comment section of this video that say, oh, that's not what they said, here's a screenshot from the official Supreme Court ruling. So we're gonna show the screenshots for the camera, man. Hopefully it could get clear up. Right, hold on. Let me see if I can get this cleared up, man. So I can't get it cleared up. I'm gonna have to share this link to myself. Hold on. How do I share a link, man? I don't even know how to share links on this thing. Can I copy the link? Copy link. Right, let me go here to my YouTube, my Google account. Right, definitely not gonna, hopefully I'm not gonna share this. Trying not to, right? Give me 1 second. I want to get this on the screen, man. Right, I'm gonna just email myself this link, man, because it don't really matter. Let me go here, done, compose. All right, should be in my sent. Let's hope it don't give me hell.
Followers for this one, but this time I really don't give a fuck. This does not feel like the America that I grew up loving. And before you lose your fucking mind, let me explain. On Monday, September 8th, the United States permission to ICE agents to be able to detain you for however long they see fit based on things solely like your fucking skin color until they are satisfied that you are here legally. Before I get a bunch of bootlickers in the comment section of this video that say, oh, that's not what they said, here's a screenshot from the official Supreme Court ruling.
Right, so we see here, man, it says speaking Spanish or speaking English and apparent race or ethnicity. So they could literally detain people for their race and ethnicity, man. We could look like, oh man, I ain't even being caught. Oh yes, I am. Here, we ain't even able to get away from this, man. This is literally the time of Jacob trouble, right? But he shall be saved out of it. So we're gonna be saved out of it, man. I did all that just to get to this, man. Right, so it says, and his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven, us, right, and did cast them to, or no, that ain't us, man, and cast them to the earth, and the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, right, so we ready to be saved out of it, right, this end part, he shall be saved out of it, we ready to be delivered, it's almost that time, man, right, Jacob's trouble is at hand, right, literally in Chicago, Memphis, New York, all these cities, man, they got ICE agents, IDF, not IDF, ATF, a bunch of different organizations getting ready to detain us for whatever reason, man. Like I said, if I get detained, I'm going to be like, hey, man, wagwan, brethren, right? That's exactly how I'm going to hit them. Me no have papers, man. Send me out of here, man. Get me the hell out of America, man. And send me back home. And then that way I could just get there and I could figure it out when I get there, man. Right? These motherfuckers ain't going to be keep on playing with us. We ready to be delivered, man. Ready to be delivered. We don't want to be here anymore, right? And not all of us, man. It's just the Israelites who keep the laws, statutes, commandments. We don't want to be in America. If you like America as an Israelite, you like Lot's wife. You're gonna look back when the time is there, and you're gonna be turned into a pillar of salt, man. Don't get turned into a pillar of salt, man. Right? For to devour her child as soon as it was born. They ready to kill us, man. As soon as we get a little bit of anything, man. Right? They ready to kill us, man. And we getting this knowledge, man, this understanding, this wisdom, and this in a mass amount of people that's getting it, man. And once we get it, man, they ready to kill us, man. They ready to go to war with us because they hearing the message that God don't like y'all people. God is going to pay y'all back for the crimes against our people, man. They hearing this and that's upsetting them, man. And she brought forth a man-child, Yahushua, definitely, right, who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron. That is Yahushua, man. Right? And her child was caught up unto God and to his throne. Right? So Christ is literally up in the sky right now, man, with the Most High. That's what that's saying, man. Verse 6, right? This is the next precept I'm going to get, man. And the woman fled into the wilderness, right? Where she had a place prepared of God that they should feed her there 1,203 days, man. right? The war in heaven fought against Michael and the dragon and the angels. That's all about after this, man. That ain't about now, man. That's a future prophecy. That's actually why I started getting into this verse, man. But I didn't even get to that verse before I got into where I wanted. This actually the second day in a row I got this verse too, man. But it just goes hand in hand, man. More times you get the verse, more time you remember it. So this is Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 38. It says, "And I will purge out from you among the rebels." No, 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 no. That's how I know, man. So this is actually verse 34. Salakia. Um, verse 33. "As I live, saith Adonai Yahweh, surely with a mighty hand, and with a stretched out arm, and with fury poured out, I will rule over you." Right? He's gonna be angry when he get us in our position, right? "And I will bring you out from the people, and will gather you out of the countries wherein you were scattered, ready to be delivered." He's gonna gather us, man. That's being delivered, right? With that mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out. Now let me show you that this about us being delivered, man. Um, all this has to go hand in hand, man. I can't just leave anything unturned, man. I have to touch every base of the scripture, man. Right? So this is Luke chapter 1, verse 71. Right? It says that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of them all, Salakia, and from the hand of all that hate us, right? So this is literally what it's talking about there, man. Ezekiel 20, again, where I left off, right? Verse 35, "And I will bring you into the wilderness of the people, and there I will plead with you face to face." What is that going into? "And the woman fled into the wilderness." Right? That goes exactly into what this is talking about, man. Right? "Like as I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness and the land of the land of Egypt, so will I plead with you, saith Adonai Yahweh." Right? "And I will cause you to pass under a rod, and I will bring you into the bond of the covenant," man. Right? "And her child was called up to unto God and into his throne, and the woman fled into the wilderness, where she hath a place prepared of God." That's what this is talking about. The bond of the covenant. A place prepared of God, man. Right? "And I will purge out from among you the rebels and them that transgress against me." And that actually ain't even what I needed, man. I actually just needed all this, man. Because that ain't so that's going into the wilderness and us being purged out. That the wicked being purged out. Lord willing, it's not me. But that's going into the wicked being purged out and those that transgress against him, man. Right? So this is all about what we see in Revelation 12, man. Revelation 12, 1 to 6. Right? That's exactly what these go hand in hand. Right? They don't it ain't some other idea that Christians fit this, man. This is more fitting of the scripture to fit Israel. Right? Show me how the church gets this, man. Only the righteous Israelites get this, man. Right? Because we seeing that in the kingdom, man, he's gonna, or here in verse 5 it says, "Who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron." That's all the other nations, man. He's gonna rule over the children of Israel, but not with a rod of iron, man. Right? Let me get this really quick, right? Revelation 2 and 26. It says, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations, right? And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, right? And as the vessels of the powder, they shall be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father, right? We're gonna rule over the nations, man. You're gonna rule over them, rule them. That's talking about the nations. Give power over the nations, man. That's what it's talking about. Let me go to this Revelation 12 again, but I want it out of Bible Hub because I want to just see that Bible Hub what it says about the rod of iron. Where is it at? Verse 5. So Revelation 12 and 5. And then after that, I'm good. I feel like I'm good with this. I had to get this covered, man. I had to do this breakdown, man. I'm not having camp today. I ain't got no members coming out, man. So it is what it is, man. Sometimes you gotta have alternate ways to get this thing going, man. Keep it going, man. I want to just see Christ ruling with a rod of iron. I'm just looking for where it could possibly said that it's a rod of iron, man. If it's mentioned about Christ ruling with a rod of iron, right? I'm not sure. Ooh, that's a beautiful precept, Micah 5:2. Right? I'm not gonna get it though. Right? I just want to see it, right? Because if it's something about running over with a rod of iron, then that would be good, right? Iron scepter. That's actually what it is, man. So Psalm 2:7. Iron rod scepter. It's quite literally the same thing, man. Not really, but it is, man. Right? Psalm 2, and let me just make sure it was 2:7, right? Psalm 2. So let's go to verse 7. It says, I will declare the decree. Yahweh have said unto me, Thou art my son. This day I have begotten thee, Christ. Right? And it says, in this, yeah, okay, it is. Right? And ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen of thine inheritance and the outermost parts of heaven for thy possession. Right? Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. That's exactly what it's talking about. The same thing, man. This is about Christ, man. Right? Some people will say it's about Israel. I'm firmly believing that it's about Christ, because if you go into using verse 7, yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. Some will say that it may be a Psalm of David, man. Let me just look into the Bible, because it don't say a Psalm of David or nothing. So you actually don't know who Psalm 2 is written by. But sometimes you gotta just go deeper, dig a little deeper, man. Sometimes these things is hidden in other books and stuff that you gotta just look, man. So look and figure out the answer. So bear with me. Psalm 2. Yeah, and the header for this, man, let me show you really quick. Hopefully it don't get blurry. But you see that? Psalm 2. God's Son shall reign. It's about Christ. Right, and you can't always take them headers at face value, man. But that's about Christ, man. My King upon my holy hill of Zion, right? And thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel, man. This is going into directly what Revelation 2 is talking about, man. Right? Yeah. So with that, I'm gonna say Shalom, Yahweh, Shem Yashah, Barakatah, EGA, till we see that day. Kwame Yashah.